All right, guys, so it is the kickoff to the Maryland CATCH22 here in Ocean City, Worcester County. We'll see if we can get 22 fish. Got here late last night, did a little bank fishing, caught a few fish just to confirm that there's fish in this little pond, and got a little bit late start. It's Sunday morning. We slept in, got some work done, all that good stuff, and knew the tide wasn't going to be super great early in the morning. So now we're out here right at noon, pushing off, and I got about 6 hours till dark to try to put 22 fish on the board, so let's get it. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do is ease down this bank with a pink SENKO and see if I can't pick up a few easy fish. And then I'm gonna try to work a moving bait, crankbait, spinnerbait, chatterbait, some of those things. I don't know how long I'm gonna stick with this, but the tide's been coming in and bringing a lot of mud out from the Pocomoke River, so there's a lot of sediment in here. I think this pink is really bright, and I'm gonna get it up around that clear water up against the bank and just see if those fish are up on the bank right now. I'm gonna be watching my graph and kind of paying attention to what's going on, and if it really comes down to it and I need to make an adjustment, I will. But I'm gonna try to pick a few of these, I'm gonna call them easy fish off the banks first, and just kind of get a feel for what's going on. Like I said, I'm watching my graph, looking for fish out here, cover, structure, things like structural changes, things like that out here, you know, 15, 20 feet off the bank. And then I'll let this area rest and come back through and fish the outer part. I may also work back and forth between the SENKO and the fluke, just because I honestly think the fluke's gonna work a little better right now. But in this dark, stained water, there's just something about, and in tidal fisheries in general, not that it doesn't work everywhere, but there's just something about this this bubblegum pink SENKO. Probably gonna pick up the chatterbait in a minute and work out ahead of me a little bit off the bank, just so I don't run over it before I at least give it a shot. One other quick tip that you can learn from fishing on the bank in the fall, when those fish are going to the bank for a little while, but they're staging more often a little bit deeper water, especially at night when it gets colder, is wherever that fish is taken off with that SENKO to, make note of that, because that's probably the area where it's staging and where some of the other fish are at. So make note of that, and then come back around and fish that spot where that fish was headed, because that's probably where the school is, or where a few other fish, and maybe even the bigger fish. Oftentimes it's the bigger fish. All right, turn the camera off, and we got our first fish of the CATCH22 challenge on the board. Started speeding up a little bit and fishing the old MiniMax Chatterbait, and it did the trick. Let's get this guy photographed and we'll get back in the water. Look at them black spots on that guy right there. All right, we only got 21 more to go. Oh, there we go. Number 2. Well, if it could just play out like that for the rest of the day, maybe we'd be in business. Number 3. Ah. There we go. Here we go. There we go. Another little chatterbait fish. And by, I mean little chatterbait and little fish. Number 6. There we go. All right, number 7. A lot of these fish got these black marks on them. Pretty fish, healthy fish. Just looking for some big fish. So of course I'm not big fish fishing, so it's no surprise that I'm not catching big fish, but man, how much fun is it to be out here in an hour, less than an hour, and you got 7 fish on the board already? Right in the middle of town. Number 9. This is about to be a fish right here. Skipping it under that tree, pulling it out. Fish on. That's a damn shame right there. That should have been a fish just because of the cast. There it is. Number 10. Ooey. Here we go. Number 11. We are halfway, boys and girls. All right, here's number 11.
That's a no 18-ounce sinker today, all right?
Bro. Dude. Bro. My personal least. I think I might have just caught my new personal least. I'm gonna take a picture of him. This could be the difference. Caught so many fish today, I've straight up got bass thumb. Got a bad case of bass thumb today, guys. The dude won't let go. It's the true dink drop. You ready? The thing was 5 3/4 inches. I thought I hooked a leaf. I decided to slow down a little bit. I've had a couple just barely tap the chatterbait, but not really eating it. So I decided to go to a really small Rapala jerkbait that looks like these minnows that I've seen in here in these small shad. So I downsized and really downsized on the fish. But let's see if we can catch a few numbers with this thing. And then we'll go back to the old chatterbait. Ooh. Here we go. Right at the boat. Number 13. Here we go. $14. $14. $14 little green beans. Oh, man, don't that sound good? Green beans with some ham hocks in it and some like pork, some salt pork. Just a big chunk of slobbery bacon in there. Just Yep, I'd be skinny if I didn't like food so much. There he is. There he is. Out from under the tree, baby. Number 15. 16. Should be like 3 or none. I actually caught 22 in Maryland now. Just haven't documented them. But like they say, like the kids say, no photo, something. If it ain't on video, it didn't happen. If it ain't on photo, it didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? They say something like that. Photo or it didn't happen, that's what they say. Bruh. All right, guys, so we got about 2 hours until dark. We've got 16 of our 22 fish, and literally every fish except one tiny one has come on the ZMan MiniMax Chatterbait. I've experimented with other stuff, kept coming back to it. Pretty much every time I come back to it, I'm catching fish. So if I'd have just stuck with it, I'd probably have the fish by now. But always good to experiment, builds confidence. Also let you know that it wasn't just that they were biting, but they were biting that bait. So if you never come back to it, you don't know that you could have thrown something else, and that wouldn't have been just as effective. So that's one really good way to build confidence in a particular lure. Oh, just like that. Another fish on the MiniMax Chatterbait. Golly. Number 17. Again, they're not giants, but we're also not fishing for giants. Stay right there, buddy. Boom. Boom. Whoa, 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 whoa. He done got up in there in my bag. Just kicking my stuff all around. Where you go? Oh, there you go. Watch out. 17. All right, guys, let me show you how I'm rigging this thing, and I really do think it has a lot to do with why I'm catching the fish. First thing I do is just take that bait and let the skirt hang upside down. I'm just gonna take this Yamamoto D shad, and right where it necks down, just bite it off right there. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take that, and this thing has got a little slit in the belly, so you have to rig it on the high side. Don't go down here, because if you do, it's not gonna get a good bite. So rig it on the high side, run it in till you're right about where you need to come out, and then just turn it. And that MiniMax has got a little barb on there, so push it way up past it. Then when you do, just come in on top and pinch it so that that barb digs into the plastic. And then that right there is what is flat killing these fish today. Now, I do have these D-shad soaked in bait fuel, so that's helping a little bit. But I think really what it boils down to is it's just getting that slender profile. I've tried a lipless crank, I've tried a square bill, I've even tried a jerk bait to no avail. But what I think is happening is that chatterbait's got that right flicker and thump, but it's staying in the strike zone a little bit longer because I can slow reel it, and that tail gives it a little bit of extra resistance and a little bit of extra lift so that it stays in the strike zone a little bit longer. So I think that smaller profile, that slender tail, and the water displacement, those three together is the reason that that bait is outperforming everything else today. Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Number 18, folks. Number 18. Whoa. I just racked myself in the shin with my catch board. With my catch board. With my catch board. Ba-na-na-na-na. Ba-na-na. 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 Ba-na-na-na. All right, guys, so we got off the water. Got a little protein snack. I downsized to a little Mr. Twister tail just because I'm starting to see a little bit more activity and the fish are a little more active. So I want to reel it a little faster. Second or third cast, got another fish. That makes number 18. We got 4 to go to complete the CATCH22 challenge. Then we can focus on upgrading and catching some bigger fish out on the Pocomoke River. Oh, 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 golly. Got him. No wonder he hit it like 5 times and couldn't take it. Little old tiny dude. 19. Here we go. Number 20. Ooh, oh yeah. Number 20. Wait. 21. Shortchanging myself. One more to go, baby. Number 22. I don't think we can count this. I'm gonna take a picture of it and then I'm gonna make another lap. See if I can't finish on a better fish. Dang it, it's not my personal least. All right, guys, so that is mission accomplished for catching our 22 fish in Maryland. Big shout out to the folks at Ocean City, Maryland and Worcester County for helping make this possible. And I gotta say this, you know, it was a struggle out there to catch fish today, as it oftentimes is during the fall transition. But nowhere near the struggle that the veterans, first responders, fire and military police, you know, nurses, dispatchers, all those folks that make up the homeland heroes in the arena of public service have never been under more stress and never been in a more dangerous situation or fight for their lives as they are now. And that's the whole purpose of the Catch-22 challenge. So even though the mission is accomplished for catching our 22 fish here in Maryland, and we've been blessed with staying here another week to fun fish and just to see what the whole area is all about, our mission isn't accomplished for raising awareness for veteran suicide prevention. The fish ops, the OPS actually stands for Operation Prevent Suicide, Operation Provide Scholarships, and Operation Peer Support. We have a couple more that we're going to bring in to make up the 5 points of the star and the logo a little bit later. But that peer support is the standard buddy check. You know, find somebody that you can count on to call you or to reach out to you or to make sure you're okay, even when you're not willing to do it for yourself. And if you are okay, find somebody you can be the buddy check person that will check on them and make sure that they're okay. And you don't have to be military to do that. You don't have to have served. You can serve by serving those who serve, by volunteering for organizations like Heroes on the Water, Folds of Honor, Wounded Warrior, Mission 22 like we're supporting with this challenge. But pretty much any group that's helping with the issue we have, the pandemic really, that we have with mental health in America, not just in, you know, veterans and first responders and things like that, but like everybody who's been put in this pressure cooker. But it's especially difficult for the folks who've been exposed to traumatic stuff. And so regardless of what your religious background is, how spiritual you are, how spiritual you're not, it's a good human thing to take care of each other. And so do me a favor and consider joining in on the Catch-22 challenge. Try to catch 22 fish where you're from, but think about each fish you catch being representative of a veteran that lost that struggle. Because it's actually 22 is the number, but it's way more than that. And there's way more that are out there that are right on the edge, that are not living a quality life that they deserve. And I'm trying to have fun, trying to wave the flag, and I'm trying to get people bought in to this cause. But it's a mission. And I don't need your help as much as they need your help, but somebody's got to be willing to talk about the stuff that nobody wants to talk about anymore. So we could talk about a lot of irrelevant stuff, but for whatever reason, it's taboo to talk about the fact that over 22 veterans today choose to give up on the struggle. So man, y'all do me a favor. Help me spread the word. I'll see you guys in the next video.